Have you ever heard the saying, sell like you don't need the business? You may have heard that old saying, and it kind of refers to this thinking that 90% of our success happens between the ears. You've probably heard that too. That's easy to say, right? But what does that really mean when you put it into practice in a discussion or a conversation with a buyer? As a more practical way of thinking about this principle means we have to occupy a set of beliefs about ourselves, our work. We design beliefs that support us, and we choose those beliefs over others that don't. We make a conscious choice to cultivate a healthy self-concept day after day after day, no matter what obstacles are thrown our way. That's what we mean when we talk about succeeding between the ears. So there's some important pieces of evidence of this success. It's the ability to step back, do our job as though we're facing no financial pressure whatsoever, even if we are under a little bit of financial pressure, even if we are. So notice, we're still talking about establishing and sustaining this thing called equal business stature, something that should be evident in every single interaction we have with a prospective buyer, no matter what. Why? Well, because our self-concept's got to be strong enough to walk away from relationships and negotiations that don't support us, don't support our goals, and probably aren't going to work out in the long run anyway. You know those kinds of prospects, right? And this is what leaders do. So that's what we want to do. We want to understand that when we become desperate, we find ways to self-sabotage, drift away from our process, say things, do things we probably shouldn't have done. When we're desperate, sometimes we waste time chasing down people who aren't anywhere near ready to buy from us. I've done that of you. And sometimes we agree to deals we shouldn't agree to. I've done that too. And I've sacrificed margins I shouldn't have sacrificed. So selling like you don't need the business means making a conscious choice not to be desperate and not to do dumb things. Bottom line, if you want the deal more than the buyer does, you have a problem. And as a professional, you want to find a way to fix that problem. So it's your life, it's your profession, it's your career. You don't need to do anything that isn't in your mutual interests and in your best interest too, and the best interests of your work and your team if you have. You don't have to make all the sacrifices, and you certainly don't have to cave when someone demands a concession. You can sit back and you can give the thumbs up to the relationships that are making sense, or you can give the thumbs down to relationships that aren't working or don't look like they're going to work, or maybe more trouble than they're worth. And you can move on. You can disqualify. It's good for the soul once in a while, even if you're under some kind of financial pressure. It might take a bit of practice to build this up, to build some sort of muscle memory that allows you to do this, but putting the pressure you're feeling into a separate compartment over here on the side, and then selling over here like you don't need the business really is the best and the quickest way to address any short-term financial problem. Watch. Your creativity, your energy, your focus, your determination, and your resilience will all improve.